So finally, the breasties are back. Yeah, I'm sure you know the people I am referring to, but if you don't, I'm referring to Ozee and Onyeka. Yeah, they call each other breasties. I don't know what that means, but they are back. Yeah, they've reconciled their differences, and that happened last night. Yeah, but before that happened, though, there was a very interesting conversation between Ozee, his brother Ozee, and Sean. Yeah, Ozee was seeking advice from both of them, and it was quite interesting to see Ozee's level of logical thinking. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, Ozee might be a damn good liar. Ozee might be a tad bit too defensive for my liking. Ozee might be a handful, yeah? Might be very cunning and crafty, you know, and in a way kind of manipulative about the game. But I really appreciated his logical thinking yesterday in that conversation with these other guys. And I'm going to be spilling the details of that on this video. All right, so please make sure you watch to the end. Don't skip out on any part because this is quite interesting. All right, and of course I would love to hear your thoughts about it. I would love to hear your perspective about it in the comment section below, so please do not hesitate to share. And yeah, you're welcome to my channel. My name is Gloria Elijah. This is Frankly Speaking with Gloria Elijah, and I am the girl with the tea. Guys, just a sort of reminder to please give this video a thumbs up, like this video, all right, just to show that you're enjoying my content so far. And do not forget to subscribe if you are yet to do so. Now, without further ado, let's just get right into it. Now, up until a few minutes before the live nomination process, Ozee and Onyeka were still at loggerheads with each other. And the bone of contention was actually a variety of things on Onyeka's part. But the major one was that she wanted him to take her side on that whole Cassia and Victoria's matter. Ozee is of the view that she started that fight, and so she has no right to declare herself as the victim in that whole situation. And then the event of Sunday night during the live eviction process did not even help matters at all, because Onyeka automatically felt vindicated. She felt like Ebuka came to vindicate her. She felt like Ebuka came to cast the whole situation according to her own words. And for Ozee, that was not the case, because there's no vindication there. He was tired of getting boyfriend requirement, yes, from someone that he's just friends with, yes. And guys, that one is 100% correct, yes. He was just basically tired of the back and forth of the conversation, because for him, he thought that as at Friday night when that whole drama happened, he thought that they had made peace. The fact that Onyeka even slept in between him and his brother to the next morning, guys, I relate that whole scenario to all of you on the video I did on Saturday. For him, he thought that they were already good. Only for Onyeka to wake up the next day, you know, complaining that she had a rethink about the whole situation. And for her, she was quite upset that when the fight was happening, Ozee did not come to her. After the fight, Ozee did not come to her still. That instead, Ozee had gone to Victoria first. I mean, guys, you know the whole shenanigans of what Onyeka was complaining about. Now, the major one, as I mentioned before, was Onyeka wanted, like she needed Ozee to believe her that she was the victim, that it was a gang-up situation, that it was a 2 against 1 type of fight, that she was innocent in all of it, that she was being gossiped by Victoria and Cassia, that she was innocent in everything that happened, that there was nothing at all that she did wrong. And that she kept on referring back to the episode that had happened between herself and Victoria in the kitchen on Monday evening after the parrot had spilled. According to her, Victoria was the one that actually, you know, triggered her. And ladies and gentlemen, we know that that was not the case. Yes. And, you know, the interesting part of this whole thing is Ozee is very much aware that Onyeka is embellishing the whole story. He knows that Onyeka is lying. And that was what was pissing him off, because he cannot, all in the name of friendship, take her side, knowing fully well that she was lying, that she was manipulating the whole situation, that she was just making things up and embellishing the details of the events of that day, that Monday and that Friday, you know, just to position herself as the victim. So he was in a dilemma to choose between going back to his friend Onyeka and sorting things out and just agreeing to all of the things that she was lying about, or just walking away from that whole situation. This dilemma required him to start a long, explanation to Ozee and Sean. He was telling them everything that happened from the very beginning. And whilst he was sharing, Ozee was very restless and irritated, because for him, what the hell is going on with these Chibo sisters? That this same thing Onyeka is doing is the same thing that Chizoba was actually doing to him. That they want them to pamper their feelings, their emotions. That why do they think that that is even possible? That they just met in Big Brother's house just few weeks, and they're still learning each other. They're still getting to understand each other's ups and downs, their mood swings and whatnot. And there was something Ozee had actually mentioned, right? That Onyeka has got different personalities. So for every time that they have their issue, it's like there's a different person that is reacting in that situation. So he doesn't even know which one to deal with. Yeah, so it would have been a different case when it's his brother. I mean, they grew up together. They were born together. So they've been best friends forever. So they understand each other like the back of their palms. So not to talk of someone, a stranger that he just met in Big Brother's house just few weeks ago. And already Onyeka is acting like he should have studied her completely 100% and should have known her by now. So it was quite frustrating. Now, as I was saying about Ozee was very irritated and it was very impatient with Ozee's narration. And for him, dude, I'm just getting upset with, like, why are you explaining a lot? Why are you explaining a lot? So he was getting upset. And the brother was like, no, I just want to tell you everything that's happening so that you help me make a decision. And he cleared Ozee that, dude, listen, how can you, friendship should not be this difficult, which is true. According to Ozee, why does friendship need to be so difficult? Or because you're friends with someone, you need to take their side when they are lying or when they are at fault at everything. And then when they feel like they're having a mood swing, you should be aware of it and then you should pamper their mood. Like, why is it so hectic? And he was saying that if they were outside the house, for real, he would have walked away from that situation. If he tried once and twice to resolve things and she was still being this salty, that he was going to walk away because it was just too draining for him. Listening to the brothers analyze that whole situation and their friendship with Onyeka, I was so impressed because, frankly speaking, I was afraid that all in the name of alliance, all in the name of friendship, they were going to take her side. But it was quite refreshing to see that they were not that gullible and they were not that dumb, to fall for Onyeka's tactics, for Onyeka's what's it called now? Manipulation, yes. But anyways, the conversation, we did not see the end of that conversation because they, of course, Big Brother summoned them to the lounge. They had to first get the strikes, for those who got the strikes, and then the live nomination process happened. But afterwards, guys, Onyeka is up for eviction again. And so the guys took pity on her and decided that, okay, probably it was just too much for one person to bear, right? Her sister got evicted on Sunday. She has her issues going on with Ozee, and now she's up for nomination again. I mean, you understand the stress of being up for eviction for the week. And so Ozee at first made the move to have a conversation with Onyeka. And frankly speaking, I was kind of disappointed that he actually did. But listening to their conversation, I saw the sense in it here. Now, he was sort of advising Onyeka on how to go about having a proper reconciliation with Ozee. Yes, because we all know that Onyeka has been coming with an aggressive approach, like a forceful approach. For her, it was either Ozee accepted everything she was saying or they can no longer be friends. Yes. So Ozee, via his wisdom of age and experience and exposure, advised her, like a younger sister, that, listen, you cannot get it the way you want to get it. Yes. So if you want to penetrate Ozee's mind, this is how to go about it. And he lectured her, that, okay, this is what you should say, this is what you should say, and that is what you should say. And trust Onyeka to still be adamant and still arguing, but she eventually saw reason with him. And in the midst of that conversation, it was the part that Ozee said to Onyeka that, listen, you know fully well that in this house, in this game, you need me as much as I need you. So you cannot afford to, allow this malice, this rift to, to be stretched any further than how it is already stretched now, So he went for that to advise her. As I mentioned before, she saw reason with him. And then not long afterwards, I don't know who summoned who, but we saw Ozee and Onyeka having their conversation. And guys, my God. I like the fact that Ozee still stood his ground, in explaining to Onyeka that, listen, for us to be friends, we need to understand each other, because you have multiple personalities, Onyeka's pickles and Onyeka's this, Onyeka's that, today you bring this personality, tomorrow you bring that personality, and you're expecting me to keep up, to understand all of these personalities. And then when something happens, you expect me to react according to how you want me to react, instead of understanding that I'm an individual of my own. Guys, I'm just paraphrasing what he said. These were not his exact words, but, from all indications, from everything that they discussed, this was just the line of his thinking, that Onyeka was just not consistent with her personality that she is portraying to him. And so it's putting him in a tight place, and it's something that he has to now continuously learn who she is. And, it's quite exhausting. Anyways, at the end of it all, they resolved their differences and they are back to being cozy all over again. As a matter of fact, it might seem as though they are continuing from where they stopped. And yeah, that is that, ladies and gentlemen. Personally, I would love to see how this friendship pans out. Because now, Ozee has said a lot. He has said a lot about how exhausting it is for him to be, expected by Onyeka to accept her boyfriend's requirement when they are not even dating. But then before they had this rift between them, guys, we saw how these two people were very, very close, right? Acting like there's already things going on between them, acting like they're already dating secretly in the house. So ladies and gentlemen, my eyes are on those two people. I want to see how this relationship pans out. Oh, and there's also the part where Victoria is still in the picture. Ozee still very much enjoys Victoria's company, still very much loves having conversations with Victoria. The question is, will Onyeka be cool with this? Will she be cool with, getting drawn into that triangle all over again? And will Ozee now reduce his conversations or his, time spent with Victoria just to nurse and pamper Onyeka's emotions? What are your thoughts about this, ladies and gentlemen? Please share in the comment section below. And I'll see you guys on another video. Thanks for watching and have an amazing day. Bye.